Welcome back to UnderOneShell. My name is Eli, and we are playing day number 3 of our first ever hardcore world. So let's load right in and see where today takes us. On the other day's episode, we finally got some windows placed on our awesome house, hut, whatever you want to call it. I know it's not pretty, I know it's not perfect, but it's a house, and that's all that really matters. Yesterday, we tried fighting that iron golem, and we learned that the spear was not the weapon for us to use, and he got us down to half a heart. I almost died right there. That would have been really, really bad for the hardcore series, because if I die in hardcore, we have to restart. I do not want to die in this hardcore world because our main goal and objective is to beat the Ender Dragon. I have not beaten the Ender Dragon since way back when Minecraft first came out. So that is what I want to do. I know we're going to need some Ender Pearls for when we find the stronghold so we can put it on the portal. But we are way far away from doing that because we need to make sure we're safe and perfect before we even do that. We don't even have a single diamond to our name. One of my main objectives was to play this game in 24 hours and see if we can defeat that dragon. So far, we have made 2 episodes. The first episode was, I think, about 30 minutes, and the other one was about 25-30 minutes right there. So together, that's an hour of the 24 hours. So we maybe have 23 hours left if we can keep going. But I keep getting sidetracked on talking to you guys and trying to keep you guys entertained. This is a brand new YouTube channel, so I'm trying my best to stay engaged with you guys while talking through this game. But one of my goals from the last episode was going back to a big cave we found over there and kill some cave spiders. But then I got thinking, cave spiders don't drop us anything, and that wouldn't be really beneficial to us. So I think for today, we got our little hut. I think we have to go find a better cave, maybe see if we can find a diamond today, get some sugarcane. That way we can start a little farm, and that way we can build ourselves an enchantment table. An enchantment table is going to be very important to us, because if we don't have an enchantment table, we're going to be weaker than we should be. And hardcore, we don't want to die. But a little bit about this channel is we are going to be trying to post 3 or 4 videos a week. The videos are going to be approximately 20 to 30 minutes long. This guy's got an axe, so... Oh, nope, it's just a shovel. But still, let's play it safe. Hardcore, we don't want to die. Oh my gosh, he does a lot of damage. That could have ended badly. I didn't think a shovel would be that dangerous to us. But this is my first ever YouTube channel. I've never posted videos before, or never done anything like this. So, I'm trying to be super safe. I'm learning how to record as I go. I have to do some adjusting with our sound. I've never used this OBS software before to record our video, but I feel like it's coming out pretty well so far. I've tweaked some audio things from the last couple of episodes. I've turned the block noise down. I've turned the mobs down. That way you guys can hopefully hear me a little bit better. But right now I'm pretty scared because we just saw this creeper and I hear a skeleton over there too. But man, do I not want to get blown up by this thing because I'm pretty sure we will die if it hits us. But let's get some more iron armor for us. Not more iron armor, just some more iron for us so we can make more tools if ours break. I saw the skeleton down there, but you didn't see me. But let's try to get on over here. 'Cause I saw some more mobs. We do have a few things that need to get done in this episode because the last episode was not very productive. Ran around, we found a couple caves, but we did get iron for our tools, so that's a big plus. We will need to get some more coal because we're running low, and I did not bring any wood for us, so once I run out of these torches, we are going to have to go back up to the surface. But let's see where this mob is. Whoa. Whoa, this skeleton's sniping me. Good for him. He's got great aim. But we really don't want to take too much damage here. We're going to take some damage, though. That's okay. I don't think I can die to that zombie. If another one came, we'd be in deep trouble. So, I think in every episode I'm going to tell a little fact about me, something new to learn. The first ever game that I can remember playing. So I'm just trying to think about what game I played my first time and what system I played it on. And the only thing that comes to mind was the first system I ever played on was a GameCube. And this was a long time ago, and I think the game that I played on the GameCube was... Well, I gotta focus here. Gotta kill these zombies so we don't get too damaged. But the game that I played on the GameCube was... Oh boy, what was it called? It was the Mario Kart. It was a Mario Kart, but it was a Mario Kart where you played with 2 players. So one person steered and one person could throw the items. So if you got a shell, they could throw the shell, and they'd help you drift the cart and do all that. I just don't remember which Mario Kart that was called. Probably just Mario Kart on the GameCube. But this mine is a complete loss. There was nothing beneficial in there to us at all. But I just wanted to talk briefly on a little bit about me. So yeah, like I said, my first ever game that I remember playing was on that GameCube, and we did actually play more games than just the Mario Kart. I do remember a skate game with a whole bunch of cartoons like SpongeBob, Patrick, Cat Dog. This is a really weird skateboarding game. I think it might have been a Tony Hawk skateboarding game when Tony Hawk was really big. Sure, Tony Hawk's still around, but in the past probably 5-10 years, I haven't heard anything about him. I think Joey Chestnut might be more popular. The guy that eats the hot dog super fast. As times change, outside of that, the first game that console I played on was that GameCube. But then after the GameCube, I ended up getting I want to say it was a PSP. I'm not sure if anybody knows what that is, but it's like a smaller DS. And of course you had your game cartridges, and to run these games it was like a little, like the fourth of the size of a DVD, and you could play any games. I remember playing GTA on that a lot. I played modded GTA, which is a very weird game to play when you are probably 10 or 11 at the time when it came out. And I don't know why my parents ever gave me that game. But yeah. So we don't have any main goals for today in this. We're going to try to hatch these blue chicken eggs from a chicken over there. But I'm kind of good on food right now. But I do think we need to find a better spot to live because this just is not going to cut it at all. So let's go ahead and pick up all of our stuff and find somewhere better to live. Because I want to be by some water. I know I just built this, but only real thing that I need from in there is the lodestone and maybe that fire charge. And I just bundled the bundle together. Didn't know you could do that. This is just so much new things that I've never experienced before. So all I'm trying to get right now is the blue eggs. I don't need that dripstone and that lodestone. I'll bring the chest too so I can toss the stuff in there. And nobody needs rotten flesh. So we are already ditching this house and let's get going. We're gonna run towards that water. Our goal is to not die. I think in episode 1 I talked about some of the other games that I like to play. I play a lot of League of Legends. I know it's not the most fun game, but it's a game nonetheless, and I find enjoyment out of it. I don't think I'll ever put that game on my YouTube channel because this is mainly just a challenge channel. I want to beat Minecraft in 24 hours by killing the end dragon, and that's really my only goal for right now. But getting back to me, trying to think of what fun could we talk about. Maybe we can talk about some vacations I've went on in my youth and growing up. My family did a lot of traveling when I was younger, so we had a little camper, an RV. We traveled to a lot of states. I grew up in Minnesota. No longer live in Minnesota. I live in Tennessee. We went to South Dakota, North Dakota, Washington, D.C., Washington State. I lived in Illinois for a little bit. I traveled a lot in Florida. I went to Georgia a few times. I've been to New York. But we can talk about New York for a little bit. I like this little area right now that we're in, running up by. It's very lush. It has birch trees and oak trees. We do need wood, but I don't think this is where I want to plop down our house, because once we find a place to plop down our house, that's going to be our final time moving it for sure. And they changed the skin of dogs, wolves, so that's pretty awesome. But my trip in New York, my wife and I went when we were, let's say, 23, and we went for one of my friend's weddings. So my friend that we met, I've actually only met twice. Once at my wedding, and once at his wedding. We've known each other for about 13 years, and the 2 times we ever met in person were at each other's weddings. So that's pretty cool. But while we were in New York, we visited Brooklyn, of course, downtown, and we learned that New York is just ginormous, and we kept getting lost in the subways. And we took the bus a few times, and to my own fault, I had us get off at stops that we should not have been getting off on. We got lost. So right when we landed at the airport, I think we landed at JFK, I pulled up my GPS, and I saw that our hotel was only half a mile away. So I'm like, oh, we can just walk there. We were just in the airplane for 3 hours. So my wife and I get walking, and I come to realize this half mile was if we were to walk in a straight line. And we were walking for probably 15, 20 minutes when it was middle of summer. And hey, look at that, we found some diamonds. We didn't even have to mine for any. Let's see if we can add another bundle to that. Look at that. Put a bundle inside of a bundle. I don't even know how to get into all that stuff, but it's pretty cool. Anyway, we were walking for 15-20 minutes, and you should be able to walk a half mile in that time frame. But New York is just so terribly big that you gotta walk around everything, and just nothing makes sense when you didn't grow up there. So we got lost. I had to download Uber because I have never used Uber before. A little bit shocking. Had to download Uber, call us an Uber, and we got that Uber for half a mile. And just to go half a mile, it's like 15 bucks. I don't know if I got scammed or not, but it was pretty weird. But I think I'm liking this little area right here. I want to be in the plains. I want to be by a village. That way, when it comes time, we can try to get a mending villager. And yeah, it should be pretty fun. So let's plop down our house, but first let's get some building blocks. We're gonna definitely have to get some wood going up in here. Place on our chest, find a flat surface. I think we'll probably go right over there, but yeah, we'll plop down the chest first, that way I can free up some area. But yeah, going back to the New York trip, I learned that don't go in blind and make sure you have everything planned out, because I thought our trip that was only cost us a couple $1,000, and it was costing us like $4.5 grand, and at the time definitely could not afford that. So, life lesson: if you go to New York, be prepared. Don't think you can beat the subway system, and don't think that you're going to know your way around. The GPS is going to be your friend. I learned that New York has apps to help you get around because it's such a touristy place. But yeah, when in New York, don't get lost. So I think let's wrap this up and go get some trees. Not some trees, some wood for our house. And we'll build a proper home. This episode, I think we're just going to be a nice little basic, smaller house, slightly bigger than our amazing cobblestone house that we had previously. But let's place all the essentials first. But I don't have any wood. I need the wood and the iron so I can build a actual iron axe. The only axe that we had was a stone one. Had to get rid of that. But that's my most recent vacation I went on. I went to New York with my wife. We got lost in New York. Got off on a lot of wrong stops. Had to ask a lot of locals where to go. Pretty embarrassing. Never liked being lost. We walked probably, I'd say about 10 miles a day. We walked 2/3 of the huge park in New York. I don't remember what it's called, but that was very, very tiring. And then that same day we went to the National Museum, the same museum where they filmed Night at the Museum. And to our surprise, the big T-Rex that they have in the Night at the Museum movie, it wasn't even at the museum. The only thing that they had at that museum from the movie were those little people. I think Jedediah and the other little guy, Owen Wilson, and I forget the actor's name, but pretty disappointed in that. I was like, oh, we can see the dinosaur, the T-Rex, and take a picture with it. We also thought we were going to see, what is his name? The president. In the movie it was Robin Williams, but I forgot the president's name. But we thought he was going to be in there too. He was not. We thought Dum Dum Want Gum Gum was going to be in the museum. unfortunately, he wasn't either. So it was just very disappointing, but it was still awesome to see, even though those few things that we wanted to see weren't in the museum anymore. What else did I do on that trip? We went to the Empire State Building, which was actually really cool. I forgot how many floors it was, but we went to the very top and they let you overlook the city. And I think from the Empire State Building where we were, we had like a perfect day where we could see the Statue of Liberty, and that was awesome. My wife wanted to go on a little boat tour to the, I think it's Ellis Island, where the Statue of Liberty is, but I get motion sick, so that was off the table. I'm not going to go on a boat and start puking over the side of the boat when there's 50 other people on that boat. Once again, that would just be embarrassing. I don't want to be throwing up by other people. That brings me into another segment. We went on another vacation. We went on a cruise, and huge cruise ship. It was the Royal Caribbean something. It was the biggest cruise ship at the time. Now I think they have the Icon of the Sea. But you guys might hear my child yell here shortly because he just walked into the room. But while I was on that trip, we learned that I get motion sick, so that was fun. You guys can hear my kid crying in the background. He likes to sit in my lap while I play games. But unfortunately, he can't do that, otherwise the audio will just be him crying the whole time. Definitely less than ideal. So, for the sake of him being his mom, took him out of the room so we could play in peace. But after this episode, I'm going to go out there and hang out with him. But let's start wrapping this episode up and build ourselves a nice little hut. Is it going to be the world's best hut? Absolutely not, but it's going to be better than our last house. I can assure you that. We just want to make sure we have enough room for some chests and enough room for a little bit of advancement into this house. We don't want it to be like that stone house where it was not good looking at all. We got to start cooking ourselves some glass again, or not glass, sand, because we got to put some windows on this, and that was one of my main goals for today. Let's just make sure we get a nice little foundation of a home out going. Why am I doing it like this? Quite frankly, I don't know. I've never been the world's best Minecraft builder, so it's going to be a house. It might not look good, but we're going to try our best. So, let's get this foundation going. The rough-ins, some would say. Do we want the door on this side or over here? We'll probably put it over here. And I don't like how that was looking, so we'll break that. And we are going to make this double wide, because we want our house to look as good as possible. So we'll get rid of that also. And I think for this house, we are going to do glass pane, or glass, regular glass, not glass panes, to make it look better. So let's continue building. Get some more torches. That way we can get the light on the outside of the building. So, well, eat first and then we'll play with torches. The torch. We just don't want any mobs to spawn around us because we don't want to die. Hardcore, we die, we restart. So, That's a big no-no. Actually, we're gonna move this over. Like I said, I'm not the best builder, so we're gonna try to make it look as good as we possibly can. I don't know how. I don't think we're gonna succeed very well. But so far, that doesn't look, I mean, absolutely amazing or absolutely terrible, so it's a plus. Well, we can destroy that. But let's get these windows up on here, and we'll wrap up episode 3 of UnderOneShell. In the first episode, I told you guys why it's called UnderOneShell. It's just the first name I thought of when I was creating the channel. My favorite animal is a turtle, so I just thought it would fit the theme. And I actually ended up liking the name. So let's dig this out and lay down this birch flooring. Sleep through the night, and then we'll call this the end of episode 3. Do I think we have any plans for episode 4? I keep saying the first episode and the second episode that we have plans for the next episode, but those keep falling through. So I think I'm just going to stop making plans and we're just going to play as we go. I mean, that doesn't look terrible. It doesn't look good by any means, but it doesn't look terrible. I think what we're going to do is we're going to put a cross beam right there. Open the doors. And it's not looking too shabby. We are going to want ourselves a taller inside roof. So we'll place this like so. Ooh, I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. Maybe we'll get some upside down stairs and kind of angle the house like we're building an actual home in real life. Make it look good. But if anybody ever watches these and you guys have anything you want me to talk about or want to get to know me a little bit more, make sure you guys comment in the comments area of some things you want me to talk about or some things you'd like to know about me, and I will try my best to talk to you guys about it. So far, it's just been kind of me thinking of stuff to talk to you guys about. So talking about my vacations that I've done in the past, and just some things to get to know me. But let's go ahead and throw the remainder of this glass on these windows. That way we can wrap up this episode. If you guys are watching, I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day and sitting down for 30 minutes with me and watching me play hardcore Minecraft for the first time. So let's go back out to the front of the building. Tomorrow, for day 4, we will put a roof on this thing so it doesn't look so goofy. Maybe we'll put a roof like a villager's house. And I just want to say thank you for your guys' time. I appreciate you watching. And once again, this is UnderOneShell, and you guys have a delightful rest of your day. Ciao.